All right, welcome back, guys. So, in the last video, this is where we stopped. We were able to create this fixed effect where we have one element fixed on the viewport while the rest of the page scrolls along or scrolls past it. And you can already imagine a couple of use cases where you can implement this. The most obvious is the um, the fixed navigation bar that stays right at the top while you scroll the rest of the page. And like I mentioned in the previous video, you also have a use case where you have this chart icon somewhere at the bottom right of your website where you can, have users, um, have access to live support. So this is how you basically achieve that. So one last property we want to look at is the sticky. And the sticky is kind of tricky because it's a combination of both static and fixed. So basically, you have a case where this element, when you start to scroll, it it scrolls along with the rest of the page until at a certain point, then it sticks, and then the rest of the page scrolls along. So I mean, to create that, just have to make a little change. Now, remember that this guy is fixed here because we are using the fixed property. We have to bring this guy. So let's say we want this guy to stick instead of being fixed. We want it to have a sticky behavior. So all we need to do is to bring it at the top. So we'll cut this guy here and bring it right at the top. Excuse me. And then we save that. And then we go to CSS and then we'll change the property and we'll just say sticky. Okay. Now let's see what happens. So we have a case where when we scroll, you see, this is the default behavior. So when we scroll, it keeps scrolling until it gets to a point, it gets fixed while the rest of the page scrolls past. And how do you decide how far it scrolls before it gets fixed? This is where you defined it. So we said it should get fixed once it gets to 0 pixels, minus 20 pixels from the top, which is basically after the top because we are using a negative value. So if we had used, say, 0 pixels, it will stick immediately it gets to the top. So you just watch it. You see, immediately it gets to the top, it sticks. Okay. So if we say minus 50 pixels, it probably will scroll past the entire page, but it's gonna stick at some point. You see. Hold on. Oh, I'm manipulating the right property, not the top. Sorry. So I'm gonna just have to remove this guy. So this is the property we should be manipulating. So let's say minus 40 pixels and let's scroll. You see, it scrolls, to some certain point. Now, if we make this 0 pixels, okay, so it will stick immediately gets to point 0. Okay, so this is pretty much how you create sticky. So initially, everything scrolls until it gets to a point where the point that you defined. Okay, so if you want it to stick at let's say 10 pixels, we can achieve that. So you see, it doesn't even get to the top, right? So this is how you control how far it scrolls with the rest of the pages before it sticks. So we can have 50, just like this. You see. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to show you as far as CSS position property is concerned. So in the next video, we're going to start looking at um, text styling, right? We're going to see how we can, style text inside our CSS. For instance, if I want to make this paragraph bigger, I can say something like font size, right? And then I'm going to say 40 pixels, and then I save, and you see it gets bigger, right? So we're going to see more of this kind of thing in the next video.